Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It with Inayah and Mushirah. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, like, and hit the post notifications to stay up to date with my latest content.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It with Inayah and Mushirah. It's been a while, but we back with season 2. We back and we're going harder, and I'm super excited for my special guest that I have here. This episode today is called Modeling Success, Balancing Hustle, Wellness, and Spirituality with
Alycia.
What's your...
My full name? You want my last name?
Because you know you a model.
Yeah.
Modeling, they need to...
Yeah, you right. It's Alycia Cooke. Cook with the E. I like my last name though real bad. Yeah, Cook with the E.
So today we're going to be talking about how do you stay grounded when you're constantly pushing towards your dream. My guest today is an aspiring model who thrives in the hustle, but also understands the importance of balance, wellness, and spirituality. We're diving deep into what it means to strive for success without losing yourself. Before we jump into this, go ahead and tell them a little bit about your background.
Okay. So my background is mostly in healthcare. So I was a veteran, Marine Corps. After that, I went to college for athletic training.
You was in the Marines?
Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps.
I ain't fucking with you.
I did that real quick. Yeah, right after high school, I did that. Honestly, with the sole purpose of just wanting to go to school right after. So I knew they would pay for school, and then, yeah, that's why I did it. But, I went to school, got a degree in athletic training. I got hurt when I was in the service, so that kind of inspired me to want to, circle back and help other people who, when they get hurt, have a healthcare professional that can not only empathize with what they got going on, but, has the knowledge to help them, right? So pursued that, got that degree, and then right after I actually, again, paid it forward and just went to work as a contractor for the Army in El Paso. So took my degree as an athletic trainer, and I was really able to, check that off the list, right? Like I went back and I paid it forward to other service members that were hurting, helped them rehab and treat their injuries. But when I was in El Paso, I had, a little life event. I got separated from my spouse at the time. And then, after that, I was like, well, I'm in El Paso. Like, if I'm going to be, alone, right, I might want to do that in a bigger city. And I think after that divorce and separation, I was able to really, be with myself and figure out who am I without another person attached to me. And even though I pursued things, like the Marine Corps successfully, pursued things like athletic training successfully, it's like, what are some things that are calling to my heart that I actually want to pursue? And it ended up being modeling. I fell in love with content creation. It was my way of being able to connect with other people that weren't living in El Paso. I have a lot of friends in other states. So as I was pursuing that, I was like, dang, I kind of like being in front of the camera. I kind of like being, someone that I would look up to, right? So took that and I was like, what's a big city in which I can maybe pursue modeling and use healthcare as a bridge to do that? And I went to Atlanta, and now I'm here in Atlanta. Pursuing modeling, like she said, and I think I'm doing pretty well. It's like my 5th week out here, but I got some bookings. I did a runway show. I'm excited. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And then I just switched gears a little bit. I still want to use that healthcare background to help people, so I'm going to school for massage therapy right now, so that I could, use that license and be an entrepreneur and kind of just make my own schedule. So I still want to use that healthcare background to help people, but I really do want to pursue modeling, so that's what I'm doing right now. My Instagram is LycBU, so LYC_BE_U. And there you have my link tree to all my other socials as well. I go live on TikTok, just talk about the journey. Most of my stuff on social media in general is just really, again, being that the person I would look up to when I was maybe a teenager or something, right? Seeing a queer, biracial, mass-presenting person really just living their dreams and doing so in a very, healthy, mindful way.
What inspires you to get into modeling? What does that represent for you?
Yeah, what inspired me to get into modeling? I think when I was younger, I didn't really have too much representation of queer, masked women being, in media at all, really.
Right.
And it's not that I was maybe deliberately looking for that, but I did miss it. You know what I mean? Like I had Lady Gaga and like I had, Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl and things like that. Yeah. But there was none of those people look like me. I mean, even people now, they have like Lil Nas X. Like at least that's like a queer, person that's, making a splash of music. But yeah, I mean, he just dropped some new, it's like, it's at least somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm not that exact type of person, but it's like you have somebody, and we have people like Doechii, just other other people now where it's like queer representation is out there. And I didn't really have too much of that. And I feel like I do have a very, unique story with a couple of milestones is what I call them, but, adversities that I was able to overcome. So that's why I wanted to just show y'all, yes, how I look, but it's also the confidence that comes with being able to overcome those adversities and walk in your passion. So I wanted to be someone that I would look up to. Right. So I feel like that's my why for everything: social media, modeling, even healthcare. If we want to go down that road, when I was hurt, I mean, the people that was helping me, one, they didn't look like me. I get it, military healthcare, that's a whole nother thing. But it was like they didn't look like me, and then they were also just like probably never been hurt themselves either. Right. So it was like that attitude, you know what I'm saying, like where you're lacking empathy. It's kind of just another empathy versus sympathy. Yeah, and then like it felt like a conveyor belt type thing, and I was like, I want to be the version that I wanted. So I just went out and got that degree.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
How do you balance out the pressure of being in the industry and not losing yourself?
I think I balance it out by constantly reminding myself that I got into the industry by being myself. Like all of the opportunities that I've gotten so far have been just from my personality, which it's not that I didn't think it was possible, but I think it isn't highlighted as much as a lot of people would think. A lot of my previous friends, maybe if they were successful in music or in art or something like that, I don't know if I saw the behind the scenes of that portion. I did see a lot of networking, but maybe it wasn't always with the intent of showing their full self. I get some people, artists, creatives, you want to keep some stuff close to home. You don't always want to tell everybody your business. Right. But I think I've done a good job of telling everybody what I would be comfortable with telling people. Maybe it's more than most, but that's being myself to the extent that I has gotten me where I am. And it's because I'm completely comfortable with showing as much as I have.
Of course, modeling can be super physically and mentally demanding, right? So how are you able to balance out your wellness through all of that?
Okay. So I do this thing where I schedule rest days, but I have become more go with the flowy now. But I still operate in a way that, I understand what burnout looks like because I've seen it either in patients, like people I helped. I've seen it in myself when I was kind of going at 100 and then all of a sudden I'm sick. Why am I sick? Oh yeah, I haven't gotten a full 8 hours of sleep in 3 weeks. Like maybe that, you know what I mean? So I know what those effects look like, and I think being a practitioner of wellness and being an advocate for wellness, I need to be practicing what I'm preaching.
Period. Integrity is everything.
My way of doing it is by scheduling rest days in the week. So sometimes I don't know when all of them are going to be. Right now on my calendar, I do have one scheduled exactly for the end of the month. I'll be coming back from travel, so I know I need to be resting that day.
So to tie into your rest day, do you have any self-care rituals that are non-negotiable?
Non-negotiable, specifically for the rest days, or just in general?
For yourself.
In general, I would say some sort of activity at least 2 to 3 times a week. Like move my body on purpose. I know you run a lot. Yeah, running is good, great for my mental.
That on purpose. Yeah, that's been on my mind a lot too. On purpose.
On purpose, yeah. Like not the I walked a lot while I was at work today. Like cool, but that was for work. Like what did you do for yourself?
What did you do?
Right.
What did you do on purpose?
Right.
Period. We're finna blow that up. What did you do on purpose?
What did you do on purpose? Like on purpose for yourself. Period. Not for somebody else. Because we do a lot of stuff on purpose for everybody else. Yeah. Like those meetings or going to work or whatever. But like do stuff on purpose for yourself. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
If someone is struggling to balance out ambition and burnout, what piece of advice would you give them?
I would have them ask themselves why. First before I give advice. That way I could figure out what is the best advice I can give you for that. I can give you some blanket stuff like have grace on yourself, as what. But it's like why? Like is it that you think you should be somewhere that someone else is? Why do you think that? Like now let's get into it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like at what age did you think you were supposed to have what? Like why are you putting that self-imposed belief that is now making you feel like you're not able to get to where you want to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What the root cause is.
Right. Like focus on that and then go from there. I feel like most of the stuff does come from either a societal belief or us valuing other people's position in life a little bit more than our own, which is bonkers to me.
Okay. I like that.
Like,
so let me ask you this question.
yeah.
So when you're tying that into your content creation, do you ever feel like if you take a break from your content creation, it's just going to kind of go back down?
Go down. I would say if I need to take a break, I should trust that break. Yeah, I gotta trust the break.
You know, she's fit.
Yeah, I gotta trust the break.
All I'm hearing right now is trust the alignment in the process.
Yeah, trust the alignment.
Trust the
It's
alignment
part
in
of
the
the story.
process.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the story. I had to pursue modeling how in the way that I'm doing now for the last 5 weeks. I quit my job in November, right? So about to get a little
Talk about
story,
it.
right? Like I quit my job because it was a 9 to 5, wasn't bringing me joy. I was feeling, I guess, symptoms of what people would term as burnout now, and I was very unhappy at that job.
Yeah.
And I knew that I came to Atlanta to pursue modeling. So I was like, well, I guess I got to quit. You know what I mean? Like I made sure I was good, save money and stuff like that, make sure. But shortly after I quit, my dog had passed.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember thinking earlier in my first fashion show, all these things that have now happened. I'm like, dang, if somebody would have told me that my dog had to pass for all these things to happen to me, I don't know if I would have wanted that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody would have told me, hey, Alycia, I know you want to be a model, when I was in that marriage or in that relationship or whatever,
Right.
but you can't be a model until you get a divorce, until you move cross country, until your dog passes, until you know what I'm saying. It's just like, dang, I don't know if I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna sign up for that.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta just trust it now. Like I can't be mad.
That really makes me think about how, we may want things, but we're not
ready for it. Right.
Right. So we're chasing things, we're moving fast, and we're not ready for it because we haven't gone through the events.
Milestone.
We haven't evolved to the person that we need in order to be able to handle
It's
that.
pretty much like everyone is on their own journey. That's the advice I would give to everybody, is everyone is on their own journey. If you feel like you want to give advice to somebody so bad, you know that if they just took their hand off the stove, it wouldn't burn. That it would save them from that, right?
Yeah.
They're on their own journey, baby.
Yeah.
They got to learn it themselves
Yeah.
sometimes. And I think reflecting on maybe something that you've gone through, you wouldn't have learned it with that conviction to know not to do it again.
Right.
Or to continue to do it, right? It could always be a good thing too.
Right.
Unless you went through it yourself.
Right. You can't force people not to do things.
You can't.
You gotta allow them. It's such a beautiful thing, though, and to have the opportunities to go through those hard times and then come out on the other side.
Right.
Honestly, you can't really see it when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
But shit, like I give so much gratitude to all of the pain that I went through growing up. Like now, today, at 28, about to be 29,
Right,
next
period.
week.
Period.
Today, I can look back and say thank you,
Right.
for allowing all of that to happen.
Right. Because if not, you wouldn't be standing in this truth right now. We probably would have never met.
We would have never met.
Right? Small,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Just a homie.
It was like
homie,
butterfly of fate. Like you gotta trust it so much. Like even, just you gotta trust it. And I know it might sound crazy, like when you're going through something crazy. Like if somebody would have told me, the second after Milo passed, well, everything happens for a reason, I might have punched them. I might have got a little violent. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Yeah, like you don't want to hear it when you're in it. I get that. But I think signs of somebody who's learning and evolving is to be able to look back with gratitude, with appreciation for the lessons that you learned while you were going through whatever it is you were going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah.
How has your spiritual belief system shaped your journey as a model and just as a person? Let's get into it. This is my
Spiritual journey. Right. I would say, to me, my spiritualness and my values are very tied together. I hope that resonates with other people as well. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So I think it's like my ethics, my code, and the first thing that always comes up to me is integrity. So I think that's been the main driver for how I stay aligned within myself with ease.
With ease.
Yeah, with ease in now pursuing modeling. And it's I haven't come across anybody that's been fake.
Period.
This is week 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here.
Yeah.
I have come across people who maybe didn't feel as secure in themselves, I would think. Like if I really sat them down and was like, hey, why did you look like you were upset when I was getting cheered on?
That's some tea.
Like I could, you know what I'm saying? That might be tea. But at the same time, more often than not, I'm not, that's not going to make me turn off who I am.
Period.
Seeing you be a type of way, I'm going to clock it. You know what I'm saying? Clock it for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not going to keep me from being, oh, well, maybe I should fix my, no. I'm gonna still be me. I'm gonna still be me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna still be me. Yeah.
You probably motivated them for real.
Probably. And I'm here for the, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for the advice, and I understand, like, I think I have some work to do in taking advice from people and learning lessons and maybe how I view things, especially, I mean, this is a newer industry for me as well.
Still got that hand on the stove.
Right. Sometimes I'll be having a finger or two left. I'm like, Alycia, come on,
Yeah.
bring the rest of the hand.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, and that might just be a whole nother journal prompt for me personally, but
Yeah.
I could recognize it, even clock it within myself and be like, Alycia, go ask them for help.
Have you ever had a spiritual awakening or a clear moment where you knew the universe was guiding you?
There are people that are in my life now that it's like, you're supposed to be here.
Right.
And I think, yeah, I've had conversations with them. So maybe it was within the conversations that had come over the years of like, wow, like you're really here, like rocking with me. We're locked in type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had, I mean, it was a lot of drama and tea when the whole divorce and separation and stuff happened, but I wouldn't call that goosebumps. And like, I think that
not
was
always goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know, your spirit tells you, hey, don't do that.
Yes.
And then you do it. And it's like, okay.
Yes. Okay. Then yes, I've had a lot of that.
And then you don't do it.
Yeah.
And then you still do the same stupid shit.
Yes. Actually.
Right. And
yeah.
then boom, now something big happens where it's just like, I hope you got the picture now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes that's divine intervention.
Okay.
Even though it doesn't feel good, sometimes the only way we gonna get it is by it not feeling
Is by having a thing like that. Okay. Then yeah. Yep. Definitely had that. See, I'm not lying. Yeah, I had that. And honestly, I think, really to talk about it, I think it did have to do with more my physical, right? So I think after being in, a marriage for a very long time, so I was married from 20 to 26. Yeah. Like 6 years, 20, early 20s and stuff. Yeah. So, I was out on the dating scene, and I think it's like I was learning how to navigate that while still finding my purpose. Right. And I think I was definitely, I'm going to say, attracted to maybe the wrong things. Okay. Right. So a lot of ego feeding. Right. A lot of, whether that was like physical or intellectual, or even emotional. Because I think I got to credit it. I was married for 6 years. You learn a lot. Like you learn a lot about people, especially if you live with another woman for a while. Like you learn a lot of things. Yeah. And I think when you are dealing with people who maybe don't have that, and they're, I wouldn't say idolizing or putting you on a pedestal, but again, a lot of, I think, ego feeding I was susceptible to that, if that makes sense, right? Yeah. And I think that I was involved with some people that they didn't end well. And I think, it didn't end well. It didn't end with that feeling of, okay, that's over now. It ended with, oh my God, like, okay, I gotta drop you, like, dang, I gotta, what I'm saying, I gotta clip this, oh my God, I'm just gonna block, you know what I mean? Like, and it was that anxiety maybe those were definitely turning points for me of just Alycia, really look at what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at what you're doing to yourself. Yeah. Is this the kind of person, or are these traits of somebody that is your ideal self? Is this traits of who you're trying to be?
Let's
no.
Talk about
so
it.
then clip it. You know what I'm saying?
It.
Like,
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I don't think that people think about it enough. I think something with the younger generation, I say that like we're not young, is that we think that we're going to be here forever. Right. But the truth is we're not. We're not going to be here in this age group forever. But what we do now really dictates how we're going to show up to that future self.
Yes.
It doesn't just turn on immediately.
Right.
I think that people think it does, but think about all the hard work that you have to put in to evolve, the things that you have to be willing to let go, the people you have to be willing to let go.
Speak on
being able to look at yourself in a mirror.
Right.
Just stare at yourself
Just
in the mirror and acknowledge you, all of you.
Yep. Every
That
single
takes
aspect.
a lot of courage in order to get to that person that you just said, hey, can I look at myself now and see where I'm going?
Right. Are these the traits that I actually want to embody?
Yeah, that's
Are
important.
these the traits that I want to attract?
Yeah, and that's another thing. I think people really don't realize you attract who you are. And sometimes you attract people that are not who you are, right? Because they need some of that healing. Which
They
is
see the
okay.
light, they want to take it from you.
And
or have a little
sometimes
piece.
that is okay to give them a little piece of that. Not all of it. But I was talking to this one person and they just kept saying, yeah, I'm just such a great person. I'm a great lover. I love hard. And the more I began to watch this person, and I was just like, it's so funny how we have these ideas of, we think that we do this well, but it's like, but we haven't even taken the time to heal who we are. So we out here saying I'm a good lover, but yet we're still reactive.
Says who?
But yet we still right to what standard of
the
love are we talking about? Right? Is it the standard that we're used to, the toxicity that we're in, and we're thinking because we're doing some of these bare minimum things, oh, now we're a great lover. When it's just it's a lot more to that. As we evolve, and we see.
Yeah, and even too, great friend. People it's weird because story that'll lead into this. I got a lesson from. I play golf. If y'all play golf, tap in for real. But
She got me playing golf.
Yeah, play golf. It's fun. It's good for your mental. Anyway, off the golf. But yeah, I got a lesson from a coach, and he didn't tell me he was the best golf player there. Another golfer told me that he was the best. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're good at something, other people will usually be the ones to say it for you.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, your actions, that will speak for itself, but you shouldn't. I'm not saying self-depreciate. I'm not saying, oh, I'm not the best yet. Or like, obviously, have confidence in yourself, have, courage to speak up for yourself and your abilities. But at the same time, boasting, I feel like that kind of decreases your credibility as of whatever you're saying you're the best at.
For sure.
Personally,
for sure,
I'm not a good.
The loudest one in the room usually is not that.
Yeah, not that thing. But a lot of that stuff, like she was saying, like, are you saying it because you want other people to say that back to you? You want an echo effect, or is it because you're saying it because you feel it and you're trying to inspire others or something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's the intention, the intentionality. Yeah, the intentionality of saying I'm a great lover, I'm a great model, I'm a great whatever. Is that because you're still trying to believe it? Or is it because you're trying to inspire others to believe it?
Do you believe that we create our own reality, or is life predestined?
Creating your own reality is all about perspective. And I feel like you're probably going to have the same path regardless, but now it's your perspective that's going to create that reality for you.
Okay.
How's that sound?
I definitely agree that reality is perspective, because we shape our reality based off of how we think, right? Because we live in a 3D world. The destiny part is that we all have a purpose.
Okay, right.
Right. And maybe, either way you're going to get to your destiny, but what if one destiny is, if you're not following your intuition or your spirit, and you're doing what you want to do, you're thinking too much, right? Which is how a lot of people stay stuck. Your destiny is going to be you didn't actually live out your purpose.
Okay.
Versus if you listen to where your spirit is saying, how your spirit told you to come to Atlanta, and then different things happen, and your spirit told you to quit the job. You could have said, well, I'm not quitting my job. I'm like, what? Right? You could have said that out of fear, right? Which would have left you to maybe not following your purpose, versus listen to your spirit, and your spirit says do this, even though we're scared, we still do it. Now we're able to have these different opportunities of following our purpose and living out that actual destiny of what you came on this earth to do.
Okay.
So
I see you. Maybe their purpose was to not learn it yet, and then when they come back, that's their starting point.
No, that also can be part of the purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody comes here with the purpose of doing something positive.
Right.
Maybe the purpose is for your spirit to learn something through this negativity.
Right.
Which is why it feels like you got so much bad karma. Or why does things keep happening?
Right.
Why the fuck was I born in this country?
Right.
Right? So yes, to your yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that too.
Okay.
When it's all said and done, you done lived out your purpose and done all the things you wanted to do. What impact do you want to leave on this?
Being seen to inspire other people to live out their purpose.
Period.
I feel like that's
what it's about.
That's what everything that I've been doing is. That's the main goal.
That's what it's about.
Now, whether or not that changes, maybe I could do that without being seen as much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do the Nike campaign, or I do the Vogue
Nike,
cover. You know what I'm saying?
Go Nike, make sure y'all
You know what I'm
y'all
saying?
come get my girl, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all go check out her
You know what I'm saying?
Instagram.
Come see me, come see me, or maybe it's like come to me when we're ready.
Period.
When it aligns.
Period.
But yeah, so maybe it'll be in a different way, but I feel like I'm so 10 toes down on I'm here to inspire other people to do the thing they want to do.
Period.
Even if it's not the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, just do the thing you want to do.
Last
do
question of the night. What's the best piece of wisdom you've ever received?
Best piece of wisdom I've ever received.
Yeah, you've ever received.
One was, if you're not changing, you're choosing. That was something I saw on the internet. Like I saw the reel like 4 times before I put in my resignation letter to my last job. So it was like, okay, well, this is a sign. I need to change, because if not, then I'm choosing this misery that I'm in.
Damn.
So I would say that's been a bar for a while. Might be the next tat for real.
That's a bar.
Yeah, that's just a bar. If you're not changing, you're choosing.
And that's
period. Yeah. One I've received one that's just inspired me, period. I've heard it in many different ways, from many different things.
Okay.
Even different people.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I know it's cliche, but it's like, just do it.
Period.
Like I know we just talked about the Nike and but it's like literally.
That's it though.
Just do it. Just see.
Yeah.
Just see. Like just do it. Just do it. And because even if you don't believe that you're the type of person that can do it, you're gonna prove yourself wrong by doing it.
Yeah, that part. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do you have any final pieces of advice or words for our audience, man? I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. Any pieces of advice? I guess don't value other people's opinions too much.
Yeah.
You can value it a little bit, especially if something that you're trying to be successful at depends on that, right? Like, don't be walking around an asshole and then being like, oh, actually, I'm fine. But don't value it too much. Yeah, that's what I got.
Thank you guys for joining in on this episode. I hope that you guys took a lot away from it.
I know I did.
Man. You had a lot of good advice.
Hey,
you so wise.
You know what I'm saying?
So wise.
You know, it's coming in.
Go ahead and drop your Instagram.
Instagram is at LycBU, LYC_BE_U. And then my link tree has all my socials on there. Most of the other ones are like that too. YouTube, Twitch now, TikTok, all the things. LycBU.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate being on here, man. This is my first podcast. This was so fun.
Was
yeah. We was dropping bars. You right.
That's all you. That's all you, friend. Listen, make sure y'all stay tapped in. I'm going to have episodes dropping pretty much every week. So if you have not, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, and hit that post notification. Until then, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Hear my clients say, well, that wasn't my intention. The problem with saying that is that perception is 99% reality. How people perceive things becomes their reality. So whether your intention was to hurt that person or do this or do that, it doesn't matter, because it's all about how people perceive what we do. And a lot of times we continue to do the same thing to different people. We get the same kind of responses, and then what we say was, well, that wasn't my intention. I don't know why they're taking it like that. Instead of looking at the root problem and understanding that as humans, it's our right to evolve, to heal from the trauma that may be causing us to do it in the first place.